Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Features Faces of Death. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd,
Good evening.
Pug's Dread,
Namaste. Howdy.
and the man responsible for none of the deaths in the films, Mike Kruger.
Welcome to Primetime, bitch.
Only because you're not old enough, but otherwise, I'm sure when they make the new Faces of Death, the new proper, old school Faces of Death, I'm sure Kruger. There's a lot of victims there that
Kruger feels like his footage is more going to be in Traces of Death, but we'll get to them.
Yeah.
But we'll talk a little bit about the imitators later.
Much more Traces.
yes.
So I'm the only one who's actually lived through like the actual era of the release and the whole thing. Like by the time it got to you, I know the legend was still there, but it wasn't like when got to me.
The legend was still even there when I was a kid, though. Like,
I remember people insisting it was all real.
That's the one thing, even from the get, I was like, "There's too many angles."
Like
It doesn't work that way.
my sisters had watched it when I was about, I want to say like maybe 5 or 6, and like got in like huge fucking trouble because they shouldn't have been watching it. So that's when I've always known about it, but I didn't like have the opportunity to actually watch it for the first time up until like I would say around 2014, 2015. Really, like that was around the time I really started getting into extreme films, because that was around the time I first saw like Serbian film and all of that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is the advertising campaign for the new one. It was a rite of passage, and yeah, it did kind of blur that line, as we'll get into, because I mean, some of it is real. A good chunk of it is real, and we'll get into that. I know Todd is a super fan, so I know he's got some good information.
I'm a very big fan. I don't know if I quite hit super fan, but I still have my Faces of Death shirt. Every once in a while, I get in the right weight to put it back on again. I haven't checked it in a while. I should, but I know I've worn it around in the early UEW era, not like the later, but definitely the earlier. So, but no, I got to check now. I haven't busted that one out in a while.
Yeah, and so yeah, we're gonna go through all of the Faces of Death and kind of close with the brand new one at the end. So I'm very eager. We've been really busy, so we haven't even really talked about this. I do not know your guys' overall opinions on these movies. Maybe Todd a little bit. So that's always fun. We'll be finding out here in real time. So all right. So the original Faces of Death, which was just announced on 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. Very excited about that.
And the footage looks great too.
It does look really good. I must say I was kind of surprised at how good it looked. But 1978, it all begins with the writer-director John Allen Schwartz. And I mean, this kind of had its beginnings with the Japanese financiers. They wanted more death, and it evolved. I know they kind of started out in nature docs and different things, and created this cultural phenomenon. I talk about it a lot, even though I was born after 1978. These were those movies where it's easy to make fun of it now, but like back then there were grown ass adults who just insisted like everything in these movies is real. You're going to see real like people being torn apart. Like it was a legend, and I saw it way too freaking young. I don't remember exact. I think actually my brother had the tape, and he's not a big horror guy. But
your older brother?
My older brother, yes.
That would make sense, because isn't he closer to my age than?
Yeah. He's actually, I think a couple years older than you. Yeah, so he was he had the tape. I remember watching it. I don't even want to say how young, because I was young. And
It's okay to say, Dan. Come on, we're all friends here.
I was probably like 5 or 6.
There you go.
I was young, way too young, but and it does give you that feeling in the pit of your stomach. Now, I mean, I didn't know anything about, 16 millimeter versus, I didn't know about film at that time, but I could tell like some of the stuff I was watching was real. Now, many years later, you do find out some of that is bullshit, obviously, but uh, I love
Also
that. I mean,
spliced. Some of it's real with added extra stuff.
yeah, with added extra stuff, and obviously Mondo Kane was a big inspiration for the director and the Mondo films. But it did kind of blow my mind. Can I say that I liked it at the time? No. It definitely gave you that like feeling in the pit of your stomach, like I know I should not be watching.
It was an experience. Like the rite of passage thing is like a total thing. I mean, like it's a little different because by the time Kruger got to it, there was already the internet. It already existed.
Yeah. So by the time I had actually watched it, like I said, it was definitely a thing when I was a kid because my sisters got in trouble for it, and that was also like early. We're gonna say late '90s, early 2000s. So that's like not internet wasn't as prevalent, to like fucking everyone. Yeah. But I didn't watch it until around, I would say, like I said, like 2015, something like that. So by then, I had already scoured the internet of fucking gore Gröss shit, fucking, seeing people's faces getting blown off, real life murders. I've seen all. I had already been completely desensitized.
It made you into the demon you are today.
But watching this, I just thought it was because. By the time I did see it, I knew that some of the shit was fake. And then when you watch it older and with the eyes that we have now, all the jump cuts like during the animal attacks and shit like that. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I understand
the pit bulls playing around.
Yeah, I understand why people like back then would think this was a lot of it was real, but it's a little hokey now. I actually, when I was in rehab, I was showing one of my roommates like how it's fucking fake.
Watching Faces of Death and rehab.
Yeah,
it's on brand. It's on brand.
It was on because we only had the Roku channel and it was on the Roku channel. So fucking my friend that was rooming with me had never seen it and he was all freaked out and I was like, nah, dude, like half of this is bullshit. But again, some of the stuff is real and disturbing, and a lot of the animal stuff. I mean, if you're a guy that like doesn't handle animal deaths well, this movie's very fucking up. This movie's very fucking upsetting.
It's really the slaughterhouse stuff, though. I mean, because like and like the chickens, like the farm stuff, but like the dog fights are gimmick to shit. It's literally two dogs playing and some corn syrup thrown on them. I like how they do the cut, like right when it's like, oh, then you hear the dogs. I was like, but I get why people still don't want to watch it.
For me, I like the legend and the novelty of the faces of this movie, but also just the series as a whole. I like the novelty and the legend more than I do like watching it. For me, this is I can't see myself revisiting all of these movies unless I was like showing a buddy or something like that. I wouldn't go out of my way to like just go and throw this on a Sunday morning. But
treat it like church. Fuck yeah, why not?
But I have nostalgia for it, and like nowadays with internet and Insta shit, you see worse just scrolling through Instagram.
It's Twitter. I mean, my God, you see horrific shit.
So it's not as effective, obviously, but you can't deny the film's influence on the horror culture and like.
Oh yeah.
And it being one of those taboo VHS tapes that you get in trouble for watching, I think is just very cool.
I think it helps that they came from a documentary background. So a lot of it, like aside from Mondo Kane, obviously, I know the director was inspired by this Italian nature film, The Great Hunt, which was basically about the animal slaughter stuff. That was a huge hit in Japan. back in the day, and that's when they approached them, and they
Made more money than Star Wars. The fuck?
they shot basically an autopsy teaser that sold them. So the Japanese influence on this is pretty huge, and yeah, it was that era of like these legendary tapes, like a weird comparison, but for my generation, the Pam and Tommy Lee tape, like you that was like huge. It's not like now where it's like the fappening or something, and just like anybody who ever wanted to see naked, it just pops up. Like it was a legendary tape that was hard to get a hold of. I probably wouldn't have seen it until much later if my brother didn't have the tape. And the other ones, I think it was a little bit later before I could get a hold of those. But I'm very curious to see how, with Vinegar Syndrome putting out the 4K, how it's going to play for like a younger audience. Because like you said, it's like, my God, they see the most fucked up imaginable stuff on Twitter or just in their adult entertainment. Like it's nothing now. I mean, I thought the monkey scene was real, and I look at it now and I'm thinking like it obviously was not. Like you can see the cuts, you can see but I thought I was, and I love animals. I love animals.
Yeah.
Like for people that don't know me personally, I'm a big animal lover. I do a lot with charity. So I mean, that shit really fucking mortified me back then.
Yeah, we're all still meat eaters.
I stopped eating meat for 2 years because of some shit like this. I saw a doc that was disgusting. It should have been on Faces of Death. But I think the first time I saw this, it was either like 8 or 9. It was around the time I discovered South Park. I don't know why, but that correlates. I was still like this how I was back then. I'm like, this is kind of funny. This is fucked up. Why do I find enjoyment in this? And then I fell in love with the fucking doctor. He's fucking cool. We got a cool host. I think that added a lot to putting all these random clips together.
The host for me is he's Robert Stack to Unsolved Mysteries. The voice of Francis B. Gröss is what really like sells the whole package to me. Mm-hmm. Like it puts it together and it just works. Like him, like I don't know. There's just something about the whole presentation that's always worked. And this is like, people don't like, it doesn't get the credit it should. Like this was Blair Witch before Blair Witch, where people were watching what they were seeing and believing. And it's actually a lot closer to pro wrestling because like there's a part of it you're watching and you're playing along with it's real. That's how I've always felt. Like it's like your brain wants it to be, or because like I said, I had problems with there wouldn't be multiple angles. Like even when I was young, because I was already like,
even a young Todd was an analyst.
Like I was like, it doesn't make sense if they capture the footage. Why are there more than one camera?
Well, and it's really funny. You mentioned Francis Gröss, like the actor Michael Carr. I mean, I'm sure by that point a lot of people didn't spot it, but I mean, he was he had spots on Gunsmoke and Planet of the Apes, the TV series, and
but the TV series, okay.
Yeah, but we thought he was like Ken Jeong. He was just moonlighting as
yeah.
He was being a doctor, and he was going and acted on Gunsmoke, and
or a human. No. Was he an ape or a human?
I don't even remember. I just know he was on it, but I mean. He wasn't like a huge star or anything. I just always thought it was funny. Like they he was an actor with credits and, became this pop culture icon. One thing that is the most iconic about the original one for me is that Life Goes On song, which is, it really kind of sets the, because the movie does end on a up note, this beautiful sort of music with the sunset and the nature and the birth scene and everything. So, they do kind of pull it all together and kind of sort of make some kind of a point in the film. It's
the Hitler stuff hits a little different at the end now too.
That does he has an IMDb page because of this movie.
And Triumph of the Wills. Come on. Your favorite.
It's fucked up. But yeah, no, the editor almost quit over the real train derailment footage, and there was a lot of crazy stuff with these movies. The real body that washed up, and because they were nearby, they were just like took their cameras and caught the real body. It really is one of those movies you're not going to revisit it often, but I'll never forget how it made me feel.
I used to quite a bit.
And that explains a lot.
Well, I mean, people hadn't seen it, and then they, it was a thing. Like, I had it, so let's watch it.
I would imagine, had I been like around your age, I would have done the same thing. But like that 10-year difference did make a difference, because like I had access to the internet and I was watching way worse shit than this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have revisited this more often. I'm surprised I don't.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there are a lot. Again, it's like none of us, I think, were like little Columbos, except maybe Todd.
No, when they kind of tell you what's real and what's not, I didn't get everything right, but the ones that I was most suspect about, like the monkey brains, but there was enough in there. Yeah, but yeah.
The fucked up part about the monkey thing is I've seen like that for realsy.
Yeah. And then, and I want to say I saw this around the time of Temple of Doom, so that probably didn't help, because that's very famous for the chilled monkey brain scene. So I was like, I don't know.
We need to do
I thought it was a thing. I thought like at some point in my life I'd get the opportunity to eat chilled monkey brains, but it never happened.
Never happened. We need a lumberjack match with actual.
I had alligator today, though.
I've had alligators.
I've had alligator tail. That's good.
We need a lumberjack match with like actual like chimps outside that just like fuck everybody up when
you don't want me to contribute to this conversation too.
Damn. But yeah, no, I mean there's a lot that is fake, but if you've never watched this before, and I imagine there's gonna be a lot of people getting the Vinegar Syndrome 4K. I mean, the rooster stuff, all of that, like that's how it is. It's awful.
And from everything I've understood, that this is going to be the true uncut version. Well, the last Blu-ray release was technically the theatrical version. It's not the version pretty much all of us grew up with. That was on VHS, which is on the multiple DVD set, which is on everything except the Blu-ray. And it's basically the segment it is, and I know we should have all seen it too, because it is an extra, and that's it's the gas chamber sequence and the history of the death penalty, which really fills that segment out till we get to the PDF who gets the electrocuted. So that whole segment is finally going to be restored and for the first time.
You know what I'm really curious when I do watch the
first
4K,
time on digital. What
you can see the cauliflower on the monkey brains, like you can see it in the Blu-ray, like you can just flat out see the cauliflower, even if I didn't know that's what.
But you have to remember, even like on the VHS, all that shit was hidden. Like no one's gonna call that out on all the old prints.
Oh yeah, no, and you're not and
even
maybe you
DVD
didn't watch
or Blu-ray.
You may not have watched it till the 90s on a beat up tape or something. Like, yeah, you're not getting that. You didn't have the commentary.
And I think that's what's going to have a different effect on people seeing that.
Yeah.
Like this is when I kind of like, okay, yeah, throw the old VHS print on the 4K too. Give them the actual experience.
I don't know that they did that. I don't have the extras.
They didn't. The extras they don't. But
I feel like that would have been wise of Vinegar Syndrome to do, like especially for something like this. Like, yeah, I agree.
They did find some newly discovered outtakes though, so I am interested to see those.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna grab it too. But yeah, watching it now, it's like I'm still somewhat affected by the animal stuff, but I'm so aware of like some of the pieces of shit in the world that it sort of just.
It's like for me, it's like almost like it's been grandfathered in at this point. I've seen it so many times, it like doesn't like it still bothers me, but it's like, you know what? I can't be a hypocrite and eat meat and like, okay, they're showing us literally how they make the meat. I mean, the steel stuff's kind of effed up, but I mean, it's all
kind
pretty,
of, you know,
yeah,
it's all,
it's all pretty fucked up, but I don't know. Like I couldn't watch it now. Like I don't know. It feels like it's grandfathered into me. Like it doesn't like. I get some people have zero tolerance. I completely get that, and
Yeah,
Pussies.
it existed before we were born. Like, you know, Cannibal Holocaust is a great
not me,
scene,
but
is a great film, but I
Mhm.
look away, you know, with the that certain part.
you don't watch the
Oh,
the turtle cut.
Well, I mean, I've seen it, and yes, I do, but
I
it's like,
also watch that, and in Ferox, the decapitation every time. It's you're gonna let them die for no reason, Dan. Enjoy that shit.
it existed before I was born. Now, I will say, like, if somebody made that today, I would fight it. Like, I would campaign against it because I don't think
Well, yeah,
got
it was a
time for
different
that.
time.
it
and
should
blah, blah,
die
blah.
for entertainment purposes. But yeah,
I mean, even still, none of this they did in this.
What if it was a naked woman with her tits out killing an animal?
Oh, I thought we were killing the naked woman with the tits.
I will boycott them titties.
No, you
He'll only watch it and masturbate to it once for research purposes only.
Damn.
It's an angry ink.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, you look at like the obviously staged like police shootout and some stuff like that, but
Some of it, watching it sounds like how did like we believe it, but like I said, it's kind of like the Blair Witch thing. I think part of it is passing that legend down and like showing it to the next show.
look, shout out to the effects artists, Alan Apone and Peter Knowlton, Douglas White. Like, they did some excellent work on this, because I mean, even back then, to convince so many adults that this was just all just absolutely real. The decapitation.
You're an adult age now. You know how stupid people are. Like you know, not
doesn't
I mean,
mean
there's still people that think Blair Witch is real. Like,
okay.
There are absolutely those people.
I'm just saying, you keep saying adult, like, no, we're still stupid. Like throughout the entire fucking run of our lives.
The one, like the decapitation scene, which number one, they're not Middle Eastern, they're indigenous people. Yeah, you know, you look at it and it's
didn't notice back then we were way more racist.
They got a tan,
brown, good enough. Yeah. We didn't know the differences then.
We didn't know.
It was white, black, brown, and other.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's going into this show. It's like I don't quite know exactly how to. If somebody asks me, it's like, do you like Faces of Death? I'm like,
yes
and no. It's a yes and no kind of answer.
Which is more? Do you like more than you don't like, or you don't like more than you do like?
It will be a long time since we're doing a show on this before I would watch it again.
I asked you a easier question, sir.
when I get to my countdown, there's two in particular I will, now maybe three, that I will rewatch more than others. There's one. This is probably not actually my most watched. It might be, but there's one that's close. But like this isn't the actual. What?
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
The worst of is the one you watch the most.
I'm not going to answer that till I get to the answer. But this isn't the cover that I'm used to as a kid. There was the different cover. I know there's the later version that
the skull one,
the snake ones. The cover was just the white skull with the red font.
That's the one I'm familiar with. Yeah,
and it's there's a few other covers, but the one that scared me coming up is one coming up, and when I was a kid, I remember like I didn't like that cover. It was one, and I don't know why. It's not even scary. I look at it now, I'm like, man, I wish I would have got that shirt. But before we get to the next one, I'll rate this one first because I'm a 5 for the historical, for everything about it. It's a moment in time that really can't like happen again. I don't think unless you were there, you like understood is like how much of like a VHS, like someone got a copy of it, it was a big deal. Like I'd watch it with people I met like once or twice just because they knew I had it and they knew someone and they'd bring them over. And that's why I watched that one a lot also, not just because I wanted to. It was just something that you're passing along.
You were the
way.
connect. You were the plug.
So, but yet I only got in trouble for watching Amazon Women on the Moon and Eddie Murphy Raw. Violet's fine. I don't know. Grandma walked in on the titty scene in Amazon Women on the Moon. That was an issue.
I think everybody...
Eddie was probably saying "suck my dick" or something.
Well, I think everybody knew because they had a hard on for Eddie Murphy in the media at that point. Like that Raw, like I remember. Yeah.
Oh no, she walked in on Delirious, and I was banned to see Raw. So sorry, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was probably G.I. Joe getting stuck up someone's ass. The story, not in the room, just for the record. If you've seen Delirious,
it might be both for some people.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. T doing stuff. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I'm a 5, just like everything about it. Is it a 5 movie? Probably not, but there's just something about it, like everything that went together, and like Dr. Gröss, just great voice, really set the narration.
Absolutely. What a thing to be known for. Had to be.
I'm a 3 out of 5.
I am a 4.5 out of 5.
Ooh. Wow, this is tough because I mean, cultural impact. I mean, it would be a 5. I mean, as far as my personal enjoyment level.
Look how gleeful they are when they're smashing that little monkey's brains in.
Well, that didn't happen.
See, I can't even not laugh at how dumb this shit was.
Well, Todd talking me down a little. No, 3. 3 sounds about right. I can't tell anybody that's never seen it before that it's necessarily going to do anything. I mean,
you should watch it or you're a pussy. That's what we used to do.
Yeah. If you were born after the 90s,
I think still as a horror fan, like you need to watch this movie. Like,
it's referred to as a rite of passage.
Yeah, it is a rite of passage.
You have to see the fucking thing.
Yeah. Well,
no one says the imitators are. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know what's wild too? You can't sell this on eBay.
No.
I tried, like, because I was like, oh, I'm probably going to get the 4K, and I was like, it wouldn't let me.
You can't. Absolutely not.
No.
Which sucks if you want to pick up a VHS tape of 5 and 6, but we'll get to them later.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the Traces of Death one day.
Well, we'll talk about that later. All right. So next up, this is the cover that you like. I didn't like it when I was a kid. I was like, I don't like this.
That's it.
Yeah. So I told you now it's like,
it
was just something about it. It was like, I don't know. It's like
from 1981. So we didn't wait long. Also director, writer John Allen Schwartz. And
has Redacted stole this image yet? Because if not, he's stupid.
I think IWA beat him too.
Yeah, Carnage Cup already did.
Yes. If you haven't noticed the Carnage Cup, damn it, I should have got Kevin. I know he's like super. Yes, he's a big fan too of the series. The promoter of IWA, Deep South.
Yeah, Kevin. We gotta have Kevin on to just talk horror at some point. And yeah, no, this one. So by 81, I don't feel like there was that big, like you had the issue with Blair Witch Project where by the second movie, there was some hostility already there because people felt duped. There was a whole lot of like, I knew it was fake all along. And it's like, weren't you the one that like told me it was all real? Like, so I don't think this really suffered from that. 78 to 81, the things hadn't changed too drastically at that point.
It was like people telling you wrestling was fake back then. Yeah, so what?
Yeah, oh god, I would get so fucking angry.
Never bothered me.
It always pissed me off. I knew, and it still pissed me off. But yeah, so this one, there's a lot more just acquired footage in this. In fact, it's the director's least favorite. It's a different vibe. I'd say there is like some more interesting footage at times in this one, but it doesn't theatrical's not necessarily the word, but I guess yeah, kind of a little less theatrical just watching random clips, that Indianapolis 500 racing accident, the famous John Owens boxing match where he gets killed by Lupe Pintor.
Which I believe was here. Wasn't that at the Grand Olympic?
I believe so. I actually did kind of follow old school boxing for a while, and so yeah, again, some interesting footage. Some of it was stuff that you've seen before, like especially back then because it's pretty famous.
This is also my least to watch out of all of them. Like this is the first time I've watched this one in quite a while, probably since when the DVD set came out. Like I said, I watched some more than others, and this is one like I don't like the
fucking boring.
Yeah, I like the guillotine part was cool, but
yeah, but other than that, dude, this movie's fucking boring as fuck. Like
the other one still has movie magic. This one is just too much real. It's like it's a collection of just
like random... a school reel. It's just there's no flair.
Yeah, it felt more like I don't know, like a school special on like talking about fucking dead bodies.
Yeah. Even Dr. Gröss couldn't like bring this one. I mean, without him, this would have been even worse. But no, like this is my least favorite. I still like. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite.
Well, there's also a lot of people, a lot of like survivors in this too. Like you're watching some footage where they didn't even die, like the Kenny Powers. Kenny Powers doing that.
Kenny Powers.
That was his name, trying to break Evel Knievel's record by doing the jump over the St. Louis River.
I'm guessing that's where he's got the name from. He must have been watching Faces of Death too. That's it.
Kenny Powers, yeah. And yeah, there's not as good of a breakdown on the real versus fake shit with this one. I mean, a lot of it is real. In fact, it's actually timely because there is some Iranian stuff, the Ayatollah Khomeini in there, and
way too. I was watching. It's like, okay, one still topical, two still topical.
Yeah, the leper colony stuff that was kind of freaky, but. Yeah, it is. I think this will be the one that kind of bores a lot of people if you're diving into it for the first time. I don't know if Vinegar Syndrome's going to do them all.
I know. I mean, unless they found the elements for the other one, but I've known the other ones have always been in kind of rougher shape.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, some of it is just like, okay, I know what Hinckley did. I remember the Reagan stuff. Like, it's just kind of, that's not really what I'm looking for in Faces of Death. So, yeah, that is kind of an issue. But there's still some gross shit in here. I mean,
yeah, no, like it is. But this wasn't the one like I was re-showing, like, oh, we got to watch part 2. Like, okay, they saw the first one, then they want to watch it, then we would. Those are, then I know that, okay, you're at least on my level. You want to see more. And then, yeah, but the first one was a lot more fun. I think it was more of a party. Like it was a little bit of everything. And it wasn't, I don't know, like the other one, it didn't play the same. I don't think it hit the tone, which is why I like, we'll get to it later. But
like, this one just lacks some, I don't know, enthusiasm. Yeah. Something's off.
But you know what? They made a lot of money on the first one, and then they all right
made a lot of money.
I like those like school reels and shit like that. So like it should play to me better, but yeah, it's just there's no flair.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the Doctor, and he's one of my favorite parts about it. But I don't know, he needed a little bit better to work with. Mm-hmm. So all right, so we're kind of all on the same page on this one. So
yep.
Before we move on to 3, I picture like young Todd just out at the grocery store and runs into Dr. Gröss. And
I would have been older by then, but yeah, because you have to remember 81. I didn't watch these till probably, I had to think about the year, but like they were 1 and 2 existed at the same time for me. So once I watched the the first one. I might have even rented them both the same weekend, but that part of my brain's long smoke and drank away. So I can't really remember. But I watched them very closely. And these are one of those things that like I watched with my aunt, who like got me into like some of the other stuff, got me Chainsaw and all that stuff. And
nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Well, adult Todd would have hugged Dr. Gröss too.
Yes, I still would have. Yes. All right, Kruger, what do you give this one?
2 out of 5.
Pugs?
2.5 out of 5.
Dan?
1.5 out of 5.
I'm going to be 2.5 out of 5 either. It's right in the middle for me. So, all right, let's see if we get any better.
All right, so from 1985, Faces of Death 3. Obviously, there's no synopsis for these, so okay, well, yeah, so 3 I definitely think improves a little bit. None of them are exactly like the original.
We'll get to it.
Well, I mean, yeah, more so, but I did have a visceral reaction to the placenta eating stuff, which was total
because it had to do with lady parts.
Yep, that Dan can't hang.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I thought that was just they were gonna treat that like a raspberry cake or some ship.
Some of this, like, it does get kind of stupid.
It looks sweet, not savory.
I still kind of laugh at it. I love the Gatorama, which is still an attraction that exists. I think it's like one of the oldest attractions in Florida. All of that stuff, but yeah, the whole placenta ritual, I was like, oh wow, this is total horseshit. whoever bought this.
I think that what that was supposed to be. That was supposed to be California people to the rest of the world, is what I think what was happening there. That or like New York yuppies. That was like, I think Middle America was supposed to buy that. I think that's what was going on there.
So the baby eater thing was prevalent even back then? Cool. There's a lot of nutrients and proteins in those things, though.
Hey, we got okay. There's a couple things that are going on for it. This is they have the nice serial killer segment, which also introduced me to Flesh Moon favorite Ed Kemper. And also, it's our first Face of Death with some titties in the court case.
And
there was some good old,
yeah.
Yes, one of my favorite scenes of the series.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This one to me felt like getting back onto course, and we had like
we need to. Sorry to interrupt you, but like just the non-consensual Faces series. That'd be fucking awesome.
You can get that off the dark web.
Perfect. Tor, here I come.
The Institute for the Mental. Oh god.
Oh, that part's fucked up.
Oh, and this is just for the record. I put this down in my notes.
Titty Cut Follies. I mean, you go back and watch that.
The Budweiser shirt guy definitely saw Bigfoot. I'm just saying that now. I believe him. Definitely saw Bigfoot. I don't know. See, this one to me was back to a little bit more like fun. We have the Bigfoot stuff. We got the shark stuff. We got
the flare came back. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I don't think it's on the level of the first one, but it has that, like, you know, that the same vibe as the first one, where the second one kind of derails a little. This one gets a little bit back to what I feel like the spirit of Faces of Death is. And there's a lot less animal deaths, so there's a positive for people out there.
Yeah, I feel by like that point that was probably like in the meeting is like let's do a little bit less of that. People don't like it.
Well, I think the initial shock of the first one, like they really, you know, that by the time we got here, they knew they could do different stuff. But
yeah, also the first Faces of Death, if I'm not mistaken, with titties in it.
That I said about 2 minutes ago, Dan. I love when he's reading notes instead of paying attention. Yes.
Well, you made a comment about it, but
No, I said the
No,
first.
he said
Like,
exactly
literally exactly what you
No.
said, Dan.
I was
Watch the
deep in
replay,
thought.
Dan.
I was
you
deep
must
in
have been
thought.
thinking about them ahead of time. Like, ooh, I can't wait to talk about the first time we see titties. About what I was saying.
It might have been, maybe that was it, Todd. That's titties, Todd. I get the titty pass.
No,
I'm sorry.
We know.
I know, Dan.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure our viewers and listeners know, in case they missed it when I said it, they heard it when Dan says it.
Well, there you go. Well, now if you missed it, you got
Dan's
it.
a titty parrot. Anytime some some titties get mentioned, he'll say it. That
Yeah,
like
I'll own that. There is a certain hat that I was told that I could not wear on the show. I'm just saying this.
the SS one.
Well, next time I'm just going to blur
Yeah,
it out.
because it's for me.
But this has the dumbest segment, and I say this actually
All
because
right, which
I
one?
enjoyed it. For me, it was the worst fake beard ever on the German Exorcist. That was so fucking bad. But
This one actually had a solid-ish remaster, unlike part 2. But
yeah, I found myself kind of enjoying this, although maybe not for the reasons intended.
What's also you just finished 2. Like there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
So that
It's a little
for me.
strange watching these all like back to back.
I tended not to double up in one day, but I did spread them out.
When you run out of time, though, Todd, like, and you're trying to cram these in, because I did 3 of them in a row, and that was not good.
I'm sure. Then you're trying to remember which is which.
Yeah, right now I was like, shit. That's the 4th one I'm thinking about. So, but we'll get there.
All right.
No, so, 3's cool. It's back to being fun. The Exorcism is short bus for sure.
That's what we need in this. We need fun.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, this is the first one to have titties.
There we go. That one is. If they want to make a feature length of the Todd faces of Todd, I'm down with that too.
We just pull clips from the internet and make it our own. All right. Do I have to dress up like Dr. Gross?
Oh, you gonna host it? You're not gonna be the guy.
I'll be Dr. Forced.
Yes.
I would
Professor Force.
Okay. So Pugs. What do you rate this one?
I'm gonna give this one a 3.5 out of 5. It's a step up in the right direction.
All right. Dan?
I'm a 2.5.
I'm a 2.5.
I'm also a 3.5, so near 2.5. So we're yeah. All right. But you do agree to step up from 2.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
all right. And here's one that we're going to talk about briefly, and that is the original Worst Faces of Death. All right, Dan, do you have any? I don't think you have notes.
I mean, this is basically a clip show, except we get. I always have trouble saying the character's name, but Dr. Flellis.
Yes,
saying that right, Dr. Flellis. Kind of explaining Dr. Gross's departure. Its character's a little more restrained here than we get in 4, which we'll talk about. But
this is our introduction. That's kind of why I wanted to include this one, because he still does the eyes. You can have a little glimpse of what's coming.
Yeah. I don't know. He's missing something. He's just got the crazy eyes and he's very generic. I don't know. I didn't think he was as good.
Yeah, that's the problem with him. But like I said, like the introduction, I do like this overall. This overall, like best of, it kind of takes all the best. So this is another good one if you wanted to introduce someone to it. It's a good jumping off point if you don't want to like. I feel like it does have the best scenes of the first 3.
Yeah,
the first one's where you jump off, but I like this one. This one I used to throw on, too. I wasn't when I rented it. I wasn't disappointed. I remember. We'll get to disappointment later, but when I rented it, even though it was the best of, but it's like, okay, well, I haven't watched it in a while. We had a new host. It's different with the host. It is like a different vibe, but we don't get to what we're getting to. And I don't know. What did you guys think of this?
I like it. It's well, they say worst though, but it's the best of clip show. Like that's how I took it of. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that episode of the Golden Girls where they
Highlights.
all sit around the table and talk about what they did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the best way I can describe it.
You are also.
Did you
at a
Did you
point-
finish Golden Girls, Todd?
No, I'm on like the last 16 episodes, and I bet no one had money on
How the fuck
a
did
Goldberg
Golden Girls
a Gold
come
Girls
up?
drop on the Face of Death show.
Yeah.
They're all dead, I guess, now. So there is.
We'll do
that,
a poll. You know, we're gonna watch. You guys, if you just guess the Golden Girls, you won the poll because I'm gonna throw something to Discord right now. What sitcom gets referenced on our?
Wait
Face
a
of
minute.
Death
No,
show?
I got to stop you right now. This would have kept this alive for years and several more volumes. Imagine like Blanche and the oldest one, the Sophia. Imagine Blanche and Sophia hosting Faces of Death.
You fucking hilarious.
You
I feel
would
like
like
Dorothy
that one, you
needs to be there.
slut.
I just want Sophia there. We don't need Blanche. Sophia's the shit.
Yeah, it's Sophia and Dorothy. Come on. Mother
When we're
Earth,
this
perfect.
close to death, like I'm sounding more like a Simpsons.
Yeah, I don't know what voice Dan's doing for the fucking Golden Girls, but whatever. All right, Dan, I'm just gonna let you. Do you have any thoughts on this one before we
Blanche
move on?
is
We got-
off sucking a dick. Sucking 3 dicks.
That's the neighbor.
All right, Dan.
She
now we
likes
go.
a different kind of stiff. You know what I mean? I'm so.
Well, now he's definitely doing B. Arthur's voice. I get that at least. All
There
right.
you
What
I
what
got
are your
there. It
thoughts
just
on
takes
this?
me a minute. I mean, if you're just diving in, I wouldn't start here. It's a clip show, so I mean, yeah.
But if you're going to the video store back in the day and you were just renting one, I like you could make a worse choice than the worst Faces of Death. Like,
Yeah, I suppose so. I do.
because you have
think
to remember, like back then, it wasn't like not everyone taped everything they rented, or bought it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
like-
there was a novelty of seeing this fucked up shit. We're
so
coming at it from 2026, where we can see the most awful fucking violence.
24/7. But when you're
Oh.
going and picking some, now let's get a Faces of Death, and you're like, all right, which one do you want to see? You know, the
like,
worst of, you know, you get a cross section. So
we're at a time where it's like you wake up and tune into the news to see whether we're like in the middle of like nuclear annihilation.
I used to go out of my way to seek this violent, nasty shit. Now it's just brought to me on my device. It's great.
Yeah.
yeah, it's totally different world. So it's like one of those things. Like, well, am I recommending it? No, just watch the one by one. But so what do you rate this one, Kruger? Did you have anything to add on this one?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. Okay, so let's just rate this one and get to 4.
I'll just go with 2.5.
All right.
It's a highlight reel. I'm gonna 4 out of 5.
2.
Breezy.
I'm a 3.5 on this one. I do. Yeah. All right.
You know what would have been a 5 though if the fucking Golden Girls. hosted
Yeah.
Faces of Death. Like you cannot tell. I have a lot of $1 million ideas, but that is like AI. I hate AI, but AI's got to make this happen. I want like Sophia.
He hates until they make him his perfect mate.
Todd, I think you can
Oh, I
edit that
agree.
in,
It's all
right?
It's all over. Once they do that, I will fully embrace it. Like what
We know, Dan. We know we're prepping for it.
more human than human all the fucking way.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
White
Yeah.
Zombie, not that shitty movie.
fuck you. Yeah,
back?
but I love White Zombie. One of my but fuck you. That movie is great.
Which movie?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what the song's based off of.
Blade Runner is good.
It's
Yeah,
not. We don't have to do this here.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda should be
yeah.
in Faces of Death.
Grogu's the
in
shit.
Death section. Little fucking.
Grogu's awesome.
No, I don't learn its name. All right, so Faces of Death 4.
And the crowd goes mild.
Faces of Death 4. There we go. 1990. From this time, we got a co-director actually on this. Susuma Sagusa and
Just
John
took 2
Allen.
people again. Oh yeah.
3 people. Andrew Theophilus.
3. Oh.
Faces of Death 4. They kind of start, I feel like I mean, there's again at this point it's like all horse shit, but we get some gross shit in here. The body cremations, the I don't think they're really trying to hide it, because at this point you can go back and watch like reports on how fake the shit was, articles on how fake the shit was. So yeah,
while that was true, it didn't affect the people I was showing it to, because teenagers.
But let me ask you, like, showing them four, did they really think that this mental patient was holding the nurse hostage?
Well,
and
the problem with
screwdriver kill wasn't just a, that didn't.
Okay, the problem with 4 is I spent the entire time telling everyone how fake it was and laughing. So they didn't have time to reinforce their own opinions, because I absolutely love this one. Like, it's over the top. It's got dog eating with stuffed ant. It is so just like I love the fucking magician. Just everything about this one, I love. Like this, it isn't good, but it's just like so over the top and like not believable that it hits that level of I just love this. And like
Dr. Flellis is like definitely
oh my god,
on some coke.
Like he is so fucking over the top. I like this one. I absolutely love, and it's just one that I always have. Like the so much good shit.
Yeah, it
the 13th floor bungee jump is so
goddamn. You know what? You're fucking turning me around on this.
Oh my god,
this is the weakest one for me. But that one had me fucking rolling, dude.
I used to like play this for everyone because of how fuck. And some people like were all afraid of it. And then I'm playing them this shit. It's just I love.
Now there is a real one. That homeless guy that they found dead on the subway tracks, and whether or not the guy's telling the truth or not, I don't know. But there is an old IMDb review where the dude was I think he was one of the EMTs supposedly, and but that quote, the onlooker quote, in this movie where the person had jumped and landed on the car, man, Volvo makes a sturdy car. Like that. That was so fucked up. But yeah, I think it was like that was at least the homeless guy on the tracks was legit. And
see, even that at the time, I just assumed was fake. Because everything else was so much. So even if so this one is one where the real one slipped by me versus the other way. But yeah, I don't know. I've always have. And you know what year did this one come out, Dan?
1990.
Was it really 19? Because this one got a lot of play in 94, and that makes sense. This was the last one in high school, and by the time that I was just like over and over, like. But yeah, God damn it, 1990. Wow.
But man, it was okay to still be racist in 1990. That Vietnamese.
It's okay to be racist now. What do you mean?
The Vietnamese immigrant segment. Holy shit. Like if you're not
were they eating stuffed animals? Like that's the funny thing. Even then, before we get to the other thing, like I remember watching like that is obviously
a painted teddy bear. It was a painted teddy bear.
You could tell, you could tell what the fur is. It's like
I don't think they're trying to hide it. I mean, I think that whole thing was just like, yeah, this is. I would love an interview with like the people that they used in that segment, because they had to be like looking at each other like this is really fucked up.
Whatever, they get to pay their bills that month. Fuck off.
And go get their own new meat.
Yeah.
The baby, which you've seen that image everywhere. But the we could make fun of this, but all of that satanic panic stuff, I mean, we're kind of at the tail end of it at this point, but it's
I don't know, man. I think it's being reignited with some elite sacrifices and shit.
Oh yeah, we're kind of but that cult thing and all of that, like the human sacrifice training video, like it's go back and watch some like old like Geraldo and shit. Like,
then we get the fucking giant leech out of nowhere. Don't forget that. It's like this is.
I want that whole movie though.
I think just at some point in '94 I rediscovered it. I was like, everyone has to watch it because I remember getting it when it came out. And I was super excited, and then I was like ecstatic on how like what I got to see.
This
Like-
one's going to be unintentionally funny for a lot of people. I mean, we got more titties in this with the topless water skier,
which that whole
Oh,
segment I
fucking hilarious.
fucking love. We get AIDS baby, so I know Pugs is happy. Too.
Oh my god, fuck yeah. Put that on a
the
t-shirt.
baby, So there's like a couple, like there are a
move
couple,
over, fucking 2001 Space Odyssey.
The fraternity Super 8, yeah, that's the bungee jump. That one's fucking, I love that. The drunk girl at the beach, that's the water skis.
Didn't it look like Dunder Mifflin? Like they were outside of Dunder Mifflin.
But you know, progression. It was the 90s. We get a woman in the electric chair in this one, so you know,
Hell yeah.
equality. But I don't know. Yeah, this one, it just clicked with me at the right time. It was one that I just throw on because it's fucking funny. And I can laugh. Like when we get to the 13th floor bungee jump, that's what, like, that was the one I was always waiting for.
We miscalculated.
But I love the fucking magician one because I was like, this is so fucking fake. I love it.
And it is like such gratuitous, like the Japanese financiers were probably like, give us more tits. That's what it felt like. Like, my buddy's got a water ski. Like, you show your titties.
And like, we'll get to that in the fact or fiction. But oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, I love this one. It's a complete good time to me. I love this one just as much as the first. Like I said, it was going to be an odd one, and I'm a 5 for 4.
Okay.
This one made me laugh a lot again. I'm a 3.5 on this.
I'm 2.5.
I am a 2.5 out of 5.
All right.
Although talking about it thinks I should rate it higher, but that's where I'm at today.
This one you need to have a group. I made sure I was nice and high for when this one came on because I wanted to fully absorb it like I used to. And this was a good time. I honestly wanted a nice cold 40, but I didn't go that route. This is the only Faces of Death that makes me want malt liquor. So that has an added, you know, I don't know.
Anything that brings you back to 1994.
So that's not untrue. All right, next are just going to be real quick. That's probably just going to be me talking because we're going to talk a little bit about a Faces of Death 5. The reason that everyone else didn't watch Faces of Death 5 because, well, one, it's kind of disappeared on VHS, but it's not even it's not like the best of where we get new segment hosts. It's literally just clips from 1 and 4 just in an hour best of. That's what Faces of Death 5 is. I don't even bother rating it or giving it anything because it's just a clip show. It's not even like no original anything other than the title card saying V. So it's So if you're like, ooh, they only have 4 of them on DVD or whatever, there's nothing to go looking for on 4, which also applies to Face of Death 6, which is actually just the Face of Death 4 cover reversed with it's a whole thing. But and this one is specifically clips of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this one has footage of all of them, stuff not used in the last one. So it's just another clip show, no new footage, just, you know, the Dr. Gore intros repurposed and stuff like that. So not worth your time. And there we go. That's the original series. So obviously the last 2 or whatever. But I think the one a lot of people want to hear our thoughts on.
All right. So the new Faces of Death from director Daniel Goldhaber. And in this film, a woman employed as a website content moderator comes across a series of violent videos reproducing death scenes from a classic film, of course, Faces of Death. I'll tag you in 1 sec. I just want to say one thing about this before we get in. It stars, I never know how to say his name, Dacre, I believe is how you say it, Montgomery, and Barbie Ferreira from Euphoria. Which I know
from a couple years ago before she thinned out too.
Yeah, you can tell. That's what I wanted to point. Like distinctly different.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was 2024 was with the original when we should have got it, but
Yeah, it sat for a minute. But Kruger, hot tag.
Going into this movie, very low expectations, just because I didn't think I thought it was just going to be like a cash in. You know what I mean? But to my surprise, actually really fucking enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm a big fan of that movie Untraceable, and it reminded me a lot of like Untraceable. There's a little bit of a good comparison to like Red Rooms in there. I'm actually not really big on Red Rooms.
Ooh, I love Red.
I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Oh.
But this movie, just I really like their lead. The reason why she's in her line of work, I just found like really hard. Like it was just a good gut punch and like really relatable, and also why she's going so fucking manic and crazy over.
It's also a Family Guy clip.
Yeah. Yeah. But and just in general, I've never seen Barbie Ferreira, but I think I may have found my new celebrity crush. Even though she did slim out, she's fucking she's pretty fucking hot in this movie.
I have dibs on this version. You can have the
No.
There's some.
Check her out in Euphoria, Kruger.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, I this movie, I just really enjoyed the story. I thought our antagonist, I forgot what his name in the movie. I think his name was like Arthur or something in the movie.
Arthur Sanders. I forgot his last name.
Yeah, Arthur. That guy played the greatest autistic, like incel psychopath I've seen in a while. Like especially when he's just sitting there getting all fired up, like about like all his fight. Like you could tell, like there's something so fucking off with this guy. Almost reminded me of a little bit of Manhunter, the guy who played the serial killer in Manhunter. Reminded me a little bit of that. And he kind of stole the show for me. Also, just the way they implemented the clips from the movie. And now you have this guy that's like recreating scenes from the movie as his murders. I just thought really cool concept, awesome little tribute to a piece of horror history. And this was good. I was pleasantly surprised.
Same here. I'll full blown say it here. I fell in love with this fucking movie. I did not expect to like it as much as I did, but when you boil it down to it, it gets all the things I love right. Serial killer, white face, and based on real fucking deaths. Like that's simple story, high concept kills, very fucking cool. And I loved the characters, good and bad. What's her Barbie?
Yeah,
cat
Barbie.
from very sympathetic. I want to hug her. Margot, yes. But Arthur, man, I want backstories. I want more time. I want to know more about that guy. This was very cool. I'm fucking so glad I got to see it, and I'm glad the OG Faces of Death exists, so this can fucking be a thing. Loved it.
Todd, you want me to go, or you want to go, or
go for it?
So like going into like a new Faces of Death, I remember when they announced it, and my initial thoughts were like, what angle do you take on this? Because obviously if you're going theatrical, and I think Barbie was attached to it from the beginning, like when they announced the news that it was happening, I'm like, all right, like obviously just trying to do this vignette style. I thought maybe they'd try and make it as like a horror anthology. Just that's what I thought they might have done.
Then it's just VHS.
Ideally, and in my thoughts, like, man, I wish like Stephen Biro and Unearthed Films were maybe tackling this to just sort of like, we're going to go old school and just make it really, really fucked up. I don't think trying to convince anybody that it's real at this point, but you could kind of go that American guinea pig kind of vibe with it. So I wasn't too sure. I knew we weren't going to get that with actual actors attached. But so I wasn't too sure. I will say this. I think they probably took the right
approach.
approach for sure. I like the idea that this psychopath was inspired by the movies. I think it really does kind of work for this. Do I wish that this went a little bit harder when it comes to the blood and gore? Yes, because like it's no more violent than any other real modern day horror film. And that's
Not
like
everything needs to
I
be
would-
terrifier level, though.
Yeah,
no, I'm not expecting that. Like I didn't want it to go super over
I
the
thought-
top. I felt it could have
I
been
thought-
a little meaner.
I mean, I guess I thought it was gory enough, and that's and that's me. Like,
I know. I was worried you were going to think it wasn't gory enough.
No, I thought it was
But-
fine.
But
Especially,
I think all the effects they do, because they're so good, you kind of
Yeah.
are okay with it.
well, yeah, and
like
all,
watching-
and it seemed like mostly everything was like fucking practically done,
Yeah.
and which was nice. Like the monkey scene, obviously, is like the big highlight of seeing somebody's getting their brain fucking
Yeah.
carved out of their skull, and like
Yeah.
that looked great.
The callbacks I thought were really clever, and again, great villain. I agree. He is like kind of like that modern day like incel nightmare. That
The only thing I wish you would have recreated the alligator attack. That would have put this just another fucking like star for me.
It was on the list.
yeah, I'm sure it was discussed.
Here-
I got an issue though.
Okay, I do too. Like I before you get into your issues, I haven't even talked about it yet.
Oh, okay. Go.
Pump your brakes. And then if our issue's the same, I'll just lead right into it. All right, I really enjoyed this. I went in kind of blank. All I knew was I was going to say America. Barbie Ferreira has been announced from the beginning, and always curious what they were going to do with it. Didn't really pay attention to the trailers. Knew they couldn't do it like the original, but the route they took, I thought, was the right route. Everything about this, I do really enjoy. The one thing, and I wish they would have done this. This is my one complaint. I would have liked him to have made a point he was only remaking the fake stuff, and he was filling in.
Make it real.
and-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
like to
That
make the complete real version. Like
you
he-
wanted more of a movie nerd.
Yeah,
not
then
necessarily.
to
It could have
highlight
just been
that.
someone who wanted it. He wanted to make Faces of Death an actual snuff.
That's a clearer motivation than what we actually got. But
yeah.
all right,
So, and that's
my-
kind of what I think I was like, because and that's all the ones he did. So that's why I was like, that should have been like the motivation.
Yeah, no, that's not my issue, but I get what you're saying. For me, I hate to say it, but Barbie was off. She was, especially as
I
you
didn't
get
think
later
so,
in the film. She was going a little over the top and not the best ways. Watching her,
I think you've never seen a hysterical
Yeah.
woman in real life.
I- watching her like go over the fence and everything. Like I thought her acting was it was still entertaining. It didn't ruin the movie for me, but there's definitely some acting issues there where she's just not done anything like this, and it showed.
wow, I didn't
catch
I
that
didn't
at
get
all,
that
yeah.
at all.
I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody else who's watched it yet, so I at this time of recording, and I'm kind of curious if anybody had that issue.
I think you haven't been around enough manic women.
Yeah, I did
I've been
too.
around some crazy.
that's
ladies.
a blessing, actually.
I liked her. I felt towards the end when the shit was really hitting the fan is where that was coming out a little
See,
more.
That's for me. I felt like it was
I
on
disagree.
brand.
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah,
was
I liked her before that, and I love the idea of the whole
You just don't
content
like women, though,
moderator.
Dan, it's
thing.
obvious of the hat I wouldn't let you wear.
Well, the content moderator. Thing,
I'm sure it
I
goes.
like.
I sure it goes over well around all white dudes, but
Everybody, I got some high
I
fives.
know.
I
You
do
know what?
like the hat.
It's a fucking awesome hat. It's
If you
gonna
don't
come
respect
out-
women.
Fuck you, Todd.
I'm
God
just
damn it.
well, sorry. I'm keeping it real. My bad.
But okay, so I was entertained by this. There's a lot of it's a challenge remaking something like this. Not that it was a big budget or anything, but
It's
but
not even a
making it.
remake.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
just take the name pretty much.
initially when they
And its
announced
history.
it, that's what I'm saying. Like just doing Faces of Death in 2026, that's not easy. Because
Reimagining was the only way to go.
yeah, I agree, and I think doing it as just a a narrative film is smart. And I don't know, I didn't even really look at the box office results on this. I was still in like post vacation mode. So
Well, let me look it up right now if we got numbers. It seems like, and I haven't really like went out and looked, but it seems like so far positive reactions.
My theater was kind of empty.
I've seen positive reactions, but I also like my theater's was only playing this for like a couple of days, couple of showings.
Yeah.
1.7 million. So I don't even know how many screens it opened is, and I don't know the last update. Yeah, so
I'm surprised
I
that
think this will have
Charlie
legs.
when it hits Shutter. Wait, is this this is
Yeah,
an
it's
IFC
Shudder.
one? So IFC and Shutter. Okay,
it'll
so,
get a
well.
ton
I don't know.
of
People
views
have
on
all canceled Shutter by then because they're all crying no Joe Bob. So
that Charlie XCX, I'm surprised they didn't highlight that a little more because I
they
know
were pushing.
that's a big
I
name.
knew she was in it, and they were pushing it.
I didn't see any heavy push for her being in it at all.
Yeah, but but are you really following the kind of media that would push her in it? No.
Well, I suppose but I'm not seeing like in the trailer.
I don't think it's going to hit your algorithm. That's all I'm saying.
But I saw the trailer 50 times,
Wow. So, and
going
I
to
never paid
movies.
attention. So
It just felt like he would make a really big deal because, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a big singer right now. I know Pugs obviously is not a fan, but that is a big singer. So I don't know. I was a little surprised they didn't highlight it a little bit more, but I'd like to get more. I'd like to get more of these. I think it's worth you don't even have to obviously have any connections here.
Have fucking Barbie go crazy.
Well,
Not to spoil anything.
I'm into the idea of this guy starting a new trend of like copycat.
yeah, now somebody could remake Face of Death 2 next.
Yeah,
I can't. I just want to get to the fourth one, so someone has to remake the fourth one. I want to tell me that the fucking 13th Floor remade now would not be hilarious with the dumb group of dumb Gen Z kids.
I want just the topless water skiing scene, like, and then
right. I mean, see,
it could be the
like,
same college kids. Yeah,
we just got to get through the last one. Face of Death 2. Just pick the good ones in that one. There's some good stuffs in there still.
The worst of you could actually just like be the secret tapes from the killer in this one, like his early attempt.
Oh my god, there's a sequel right there. You just did it.
His early attempt.
They unearthed the tapes. Yeah. Fuck yeah. He was working backwards, so the very first one is the Ford Todd. There we go. We found our way in.
Can you imagine? And you know what they should do with that is the same thing they did with August Underground. And like, can you imagine just leaving some tapes at Comic-Con? And I know you're not going to convince anybody that watching them that they're real, but just to leave those there and let them leak on the internet.
Was all the PDF files going around? No, I'm not picking those tapes up.
No. Not picking up a random.
Not a chance.
Okay. Then we just leave random flash drives. They'll pick those up.
Not a chance.
I know you're not. You're a smart man. All right. So, yeah, I'm curious to still hear, a few people. I want to see what Kevin from IWA thinks about this one. I know he's a big fan, and we briefly spoke about it.
Oh, you know what? The only weird thing Homeboy having OCD with like being freaky about the blood and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Him using the contacts like while you're on your mission. That's not smart, dude. that was my only thing. I'm like, you look fucking awesome, but you having those feelings, not a good combo.
If you want to see him in a good movie, and I can't remember if this was during your
Watch Faces of Death, yes.
Well, Went Up the Hill. It's a really unique ghost story. You might not have been on that show.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
He's also on Stranger Things, and he was in the Power Rangers reboot way back when. He's cool.
All right. Well,
I like him in this.
So let's rate this one. We got a little bit more, but all right.
I can go.
Kruger, okay. Pugs, go for it.
Oh, I am a 5 out of 5. I fucking love this one.
I am a 4 out of 5.
All right. I'm also a 5 out of 5.
I am a 3 out of 5.
All right. Now we're going to go back and talk about this. And we could have did this one before, but I saved it for last. And that was the Face of Death, Fact or Fiction. All right. So that kind of, I just want to kind of get your guys' thoughts. Pugs, what did you think about this little segment?
Boo.
Okay.
Like, this is the unreal or like behind the magic stuff. Like, I don't like it's. I don't. I'm fine with I'm fine with it existing. It didn't need to be a thing.
You just have Dr. Gröss telling Chelsea Green just doesn't have what it takes.
Yeah,
it was just so like. Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? It was like those secrets of pro wrestling, or
the secrets of magic.
That's the word.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Though that's what it feels like. That no, I don't know. Kind of was like Harvey Blurred too, Secrets of Pro Wrestling. But yeah, both that's that Fox era expose programs.
Yeah,
is like how it comes off. Like it's not what I really revisit, but like. And this is probably a California joke that only hits hard here, Southern California. The Vietnamese dog dinner that was supposed to take place in Garden Grove, California. If you know, you know. And we'll just move on. Dan's a fan of that city.
It's a fun little thing, I guess, but I've said it before. I wish I could still be like tricked by the magic and everything. Like I do envy people, even though I might make jokes about it, that can go into something like a Blair Witch, and buy into it and assume that it's all real, because that's an awesome feeling. Like, I'm going to go out to the woods and I might actually find the Blair Witch. Hey, if you were like many people and grew up assuming that these were all real, I think that's cool, because again, a lot of it was. So there you go. If you were buying the topless water skier, I mean, there's nothing fake about the titties, other than there probably was. So I don't know what I'm saying.
So yeah, I was like, Dan, so you're not. All right. So now I'll rank him first, because I'm probably the most prepared on this part. And I'm easy. It's probably no surprise. I'm 1 for 2026, the best of 3, 2, and Fact or Fiction.
I'm ready. Or if Dan, if you're ready.
Oh, I can go. 1 for 2026, 3, 2. I think we had the same rating there, Todd.
Yeah.
All right. I am 2026, 1, 3, 4, 2. I'm sorry. 2026, 1. Worst of, then 3, 2. I'm sorry, 4, 2.
Fuck.
I have no fucking idea what you're ranking.
I'm gonna redo this. Kuru, you go ahead. I thought I was ready.
All right.
Hey, Jay Uso it. Roll it back.
Fuck. Shut the fuck up. Nobody needs your Mark fucking references right now. All right. Damn. Anyways, so for me, I'm 2026 actually is my number 1. Then the first Faces of Death. Then 4. I would say worst. Then 3 and 2 being the last. We're not going to include, Fact or Fiction.
Yeah, you can. It's at the end.
I
so.
Yeah. It's
all
a 3 for me.
And I said best, I meant worst, but you get what I mean.
All right, so 2026 is number 1 for me. OG is number 2 for me. 3 is the worst of. 4 is number 3. 5 is number 4. 6 is 2. And 7 is Fact or Fiction.
All right. All right. Well, we still have a little bit more, because now we're going to talk about some of the imitators. And I think we have to go with the granddaddy of the imitators first, even though it wasn't the first of the imitators, and that is Traces of Death. I'm assuming we've all seen some of them. I don't know, maybe all of them.
It's been a long, long time, but yes, I have.
Yeah, it's been a good while. I don't know if I've seen all of them. How many are there?
There's 5. I know I've
Well, I
seen.
can
Well,
remember
there's more
3.
than 5, but there's like 5 that are like the main ones, and then I don't know like beyond that because I know I like Faces of Death 2000, and that's like not Faces of Death, but it's yeah, that's another one like Traces that's real. But I feel like Traces, especially the first 2, even the first 3, I think were the ones that like most people really saw.
Yeah, it's something I'd be interested in
I
like
know
revisiting, but
I know one has the male sex change, the other has the female sex change. I know that was one of the things. Like the first 2, I remember that specifically. But I mean, this is like what people wanted, like expected Faces of Death to be, and this is what it was. And this is still the era I could watch this shit, and I was like okay with it. Like now, it's like I don't want to see this shit. But like this was another like okay, well you watched Face of Death, now can you handle Traces of Death? And that's what it became. So we'd all like, okay, now you got to watch. And I think that's probably why Faces probably came back in my rotation, because of my memory, these dropped right around that mid 90s era.
yeah, it's hard to
I'm actually
remember
looking up
exactly
what year.
I mean, it went into the 2000s though.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm just trying to. The first one had to be mid 90s.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking more late, but yeah,
No, I was watching them still.
okay. These I don't by any means know like the back of my
Yeah,
hand.
93, that makes sense. So that's why, like I said, 94, I remember watching Faces a lot.
Yeah.
So I think them just this being a thing
Mhm.
became a thing.
Yeah, at that point, you're not too far off from like being able to see some surgery. Remember when like surgeries were kind of a thing on cable for a little bit there? Like there'd be channels that would show that shit and
But yeah, this is just like all the cop footage and all that shit. But Kruger, I'm assuming you got your hands on these at some point.
On Traces, I haven't seen all of them. I think I saw the first 2.
Yeah, and that's those are the ones most people I think were in the widest circulation.
Yeah.
Because I think most people beyond those 2, like, all right, I got enough. I get the point.
So yeah, I had watched this around the time like I'd watched Traces a few years after I had seen Faces, when I was just going down the rabbit hole of depravity, and yeah, because of Traces, it made me discover MD Pope, which I was not happy about. That I don't know if you guys know about MD Pope, but it's really, really.
You've just made everybody Google it.
So like, yeah, there's a whole rabbit hole with that, but I only watched about like I think 5 minutes of MD Pope, and I was scarred for fucking life. But yeah, I mean, Traces is like, if you're into fucking real gore and like watching people die, which I'm not going to judge you. I used to be on Gore Grish all the fucking goddamn time as a kid. If you're into that type of thing, Traces is up your alley. And I do say, like, if you are like more of an extreme media guy, like you kind of have to see it. It is the step up from Faces if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah. I understand if you don't want to see actual fucking people die too.
You're kind of at this point, you're in just a sea of that real gore stuff where it's like, okay,
this was like really the first time we were getting access to that though. Like, because this is all like that news footage they compile and put it all together. But I mean, like, it wasn't just something we were seeing all the time. Like the internet 94. I mean, that wasn't for everything, and I don't even think they had gore shit at that point on the internet. But I mean, this was like our real first taste of seeing that. So it was still that forbidden fruit. Well, I mean, you guys would have been like 10 when these were dropping, but
yeah. No, 93.
Yeah,
I was like 7, dude.
Okay, so my point, I was the right age to like, all right, we're watching this bullshit. Like, yeah,
I just picture like little demonic baby Kruger. You got like all these like typical like Disney VHSs, but then you pan over and it's like Traces of Death, and Just
I will tell you, the Traces of Death films did not drop the panties, unfortunately.
no. Hey, if you want to get laid, maybe I don't think the Faces of Death.
We're playing this shit on the TV during kickbacks, just fucking get drunk on 40s.
Yeah, it's not like you're just watching like cremations and then it's like you're sliding that hand up.
There's one fucking.
Have you heard about some of my exes, brother? I mean, come on.
One of my favorite party tapes, you can tell it's like it was a kickback. And after everyone's left, we're just sitting there watching ECW on the fucking TV.
I would say pro wrestling is way less of an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, I don't think
It was the debut of ECW on TNN, so we had to watch that shit.
I don't think like the feud with the network is dropping panties. I don't think Don Callis is.
No, I think he forced it. Anyway, the other one I want to mention because it doesn't get much love and it's kind of like disappeared in like internet searches. That? Exactly, Death Faces. There was 2 of them. They were probably closer to Face of Death. One of the movies I made, one of my lost movies that no one's seen because I never finished it. But I used footage from Death Faces 2 in it. I believe it was Death Faces 2. Maybe it was 1. But I know it's also the one that has the infamous Death Faces 2, and this is why like I saw it a lot. Has the Twilight Zone footage from the Twilight Zone the movie. That's the first time.
Get to the chopper.
Brother, that fucking dude, when they showed that footage in Cursed, I almost shit my fucking pants. I did not think they were really gonna fucking show it.
Yeah. But so yeah. Okay, now what I feel like is the true successor to, like, if you're gonna do the real version of Faces of Death, and I know everyone's always Traces of Death, I think it's actually banned from television.
Ooh,
because it's more of a mix. Because Faces of Death was a mix, and that's what banned from television was.
Yeah, banned from television is good shit.
Yeah, there's the 3 of them.
Yep.
The third one was basically the pilot for Girls Gone Wild. I don't know how far you've gone to the banned from television.
Second.
Okay,
just the first 2.
Okay, see, I see Dan smiling, but the third one was just basic. Yeah, was because Joe Francis did them, and that's what it was. They got all the footage, so people, and under the banned from television banner, it wasn't doing shit. So then that's when Joe got the money. Okay, what sells more than violence? Titties. So. And then, well, we won't talk too much about it.
Well, I mean, we are getting into that era, and a lot of this stuff is just gone now.
But like that,
fights and bum hunter.
But banned from television really feels like the one that kicked off that wave of that direct TV marketing, because that's how you got banned from TV. Remember, there was commercials for it, and then the commercial right before the train hit, the girl on the train, it always flashed to black like that, like. Direct marketing, like back then. I mean, it did eventually get to towers stores, but like when it first hit and those commercials were dropping, I was like, I got to see banned from TV. I got to see banned from television. Not what I've went back and revisited, but like I said, I feel like if you're going to do that, is more Face of Death, I think, than Traces is, because it's just a mix. And again, not something I go back and watch, but I did like it.
It was an interesting era where they were selling all these like just wild random tapes. I forget what it was called, but the one where there's like some bands and musicians just admitting to like horrific felony level shit, like a behind the music type thing.
Dan talks about this mythical tape, but we've never.
100. I know I watched it, so it exists.
Well, I'm saying, but no one's.
I know. I wish I specifically remember, and she was a female singer, and she was like,
Dane had a really good dream.
Well, it was a vivid dream, but like, yeah, like I said, at this time, you just had like, the bum fights and all of that, like Girls Gone Wild. There's others, really. I'd love to review some of this old. VHS era stuff that will never be seen again. That is like probably going to be buried
somewhere reduced.
Yeah.
Somewhere with the OJ Simpson.
Yeah, you know what? We got to bump that up. Don't we have a review on Patreon? I gotta reshare that one or something.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I
we
don't
did-
think that'll ever be off of Patreon
Yeah.
because of
What is
Oh,
it?
he's not the one who murdered 2 white people.
Yeah.
I'm not accusing you of murder, but you.
Oh, but a few dirty words. That's bad. But it's not like he murdered 2 people and just went and made a prank video about it.
Turn a fucking cheating whore into a Pez dispenser. There we go.
All right. The
None of that
opinion.
made it to trace of death.
But yeah, I mean,
So would you say go see Faces of Death in theaters while you can?
Absolutely.
support it. I think. I mean, obviously, I was like kind of 50-50 on certain things in it, but I was entertained, and hey, a Faces of Death movie in the theaters, like that alone is reason to support it. If you're a horror fan, I mean, check it out.
The guy by me when I saw the screen unseen was so happy that that's what it was. It was pretty funny, and he was actually with his girlfriend. So good for
I
him.
think everybody was like anything else. There was going to be like some walkouts. Like they were all like,
no, yeah, no one left. It was I was curious about that too. Once it was like okay. I think most people kind of like wanted that. And I think some people also, could figure out that, after the East Coast screening, they know what it is.
It took longer to confirm that though, because it was maybe like 5 or 10 minutes before it started that like it seemed to be trending a little bit towards Faces of Death, but there were a lot of people who thought it was
well, I think also them and Regal having different screenings didn't help.
Yeah.
And I don't even I can't remember what the Regal one was that Mother's Milk.
Mother Mary.
Yeah, Mother Mary. There you go.
No.
So, but overall, yes, I am a Faces of Death fan, and probably I don't know for the right reasons. I think Is there any?
Could be a wrong reason.
Yeah. And I look forward to. I know we normally do future of the franchise, but we already kind of talked that with sequel possibilities.
Fucking hope so.
Yeah. So I'm ready for more in the world. I'm curious what the other diehard Face of Death fans think, because there are a few of us.
Yeah. Weigh in the comments. Let us know what you think of the and your story behind it. Like I always find that interesting, especially if you're over the age of 30 and kind of had that experience, maybe watching the tape that your brother had, or like I did, or something like that, or young Todd. It's like that doesn't look accurate, and I know.
2 cameras. I'm telling you, that's what was my tip off. Like, because I used to try to sneak film shit too. I was like, see, there's 2 angles. This could be real. I don't know. Maybe I should.
I want to see Todd review like the moon footage.
Yeah, give me uncut.
The actual footage or the studio footage that they showed us.
The Kubrick stuff.
Okay.
Todd needs to go on Rogan.
No,
I could see like you
Yeah,
and
I'm
Rogan
Todd.
talking
Yeah.
Faces of Death.
I'm good.
#1 podcast, Todd. That'd be great promotion for us.
Okay. Well, I did say wouldn't do it, but
Nah, Joe would like me more, but
well,
I
mean, you guys can.
Yeah, I think Todd's fine with that.
but okay. So
Just some wife killed Phil Hartman. It was Andy Dick. I'm sorry. I know. Wrong cast member.
Joe Rogan.
Why'd you let it happen?
We're talking about Phil Hartman and Joe Rogan. It's probably about.
But we haven't talked about since about the
Golden
midway
Girls.
point. That's right. I got like 16 more episodes. Then I get to watch Golden Palace.
I never saw that.
It was on Hulu. Now it's disappeared. But
I'm
was
just
gonna
picturing Sophia introducing like pornography now.
I'm running out of sitcoms. I gotta watch old ones.
Oh my god, the
Unhappily ever
pornography
after.
girls instead of the golden girls, like just old ladies around tea in a black setting.
What if you had
Okay, we're gonna make AI
Urkel
make that.
hosting Faces of Death?
He
Did
would
I
be
do that? And
No,
it's
no,
just like
that's-
somebody like splattered on the concrete, and he just lightens it
He'll
up.
come in 3 when they do the highlight reels of the first 2 with the golden girls.
If Urkel was in Faces of Death 4, I would absolutely hate that volume.
What about Alf? Alf hosting Faces
Wonderful.
of Death.
Fuck
Nah,
yeah.
man.
Get Alf with a little scythe and a hood. Like he's fucking Grim Reaper. Fuck
Nah,
yeah.
Kemper took him out like I murdered that pussy.
Oh my god, can we
I
have them
laugh.
talk to each other? Because they're both cat killers. You're right. Oh, I want that.
Oh, can you?
All
Yeah,
right.
his commentary over the Vietnamese dinner would be hysterical. I don't see anything wrong here. They're not
On
preparing it
Melmac.
properly.
This is perfectly
That's a Melmac snack, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, wrong animal. Was that racist? I forgot what elf liked to eat. I got the wrong animal.
Look, the domesticated animals. Either way.
Okay.
All right, guys. So thank you so
Dan's
much
like,
for
right
listening to our bullshit. And we love you. And also, if you love us, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. And sometimes it gets a little out of hand. And also, of course, Flesh Wound Features. Check out all of the Blu-rays for Welcome to the Grindhouse, the last tournament on the left. And more to come.
Yeah, I guess I'll say maybe we should have some kind of announcement shortly.
Yes. Stay tuned for some more wrestling announcements. And that's all I got. Good night.
All I wanted was her wallet, and the bitch gave me a hard time.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.
Life goes on.